we'd expect the first gold pour certainly before the end of this year out of the Tavşan, the ADR component of the process plant. And then from there onwards, through early next year, we then start to see the commercial production.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ariana Resources Managing Director, Kerim Sener. Kerim, very good to speak with you. Tavşan now fully operational. It's a big milestone for Ariana. What does this mean for near-term gold production and cash flow, especially with gold now above $4,000 an ounce?
Oh, good to be speaking to you again, Stephen. It's a pleasure to join you. Yes, of course, we're very pleased with the latest developments out of Tavşan. We were in a process of completing the final permitting hurdle, which required finally provincial sign-off, and that was achieved to enable the heap leach to go into production. We have already been producing out of Tavşan for the best part of 20 odd months now, with the high grade ore being mined and then trucked to Kiziltepe for processing through the CIL plant. So now we'll have a dual stream process. The high grade continuing to go to Kiziltepe for the enhanced recovery of gold and indeed silver out of the CIL plant. And then the run of mine lower grade ore that we've been stockpiling. We've actually got about 800,000 tons of ore currently stockpiled and awaiting loading onto the heap leach pads. And that process is now underway. And that will then be irrigated, and then we'll start to see the very first gold coming out of the heap leach process.
Kerim, how does this dual processing strategy impact overall production efficiency and recovery rates?
Yeah, so the recovery rates for the run of mine, the lower grade ore that's typical of the Tavşan ore body, are in the range of about 70 to 80%. So that is normal for a heap leach, a gold heap leach. In the case of the CIL processing plant, we've seen recoveries going up to 90. So there's a substantial improvement in gold and silver recovery that comes through the CIL process. And it certainly pays for the trucking operation for the high grade ore going to Kiziltepe.
With approximately 800,000 tons of ore already stockpiled and operations underway, what are your expectations for first commercial gold production, and how soon could investors see dividends from Zenit?
Yeah, so we're expecting commercial production to commence over the course of the next few months. Obviously, we'll be commencing the irrigation a little later into October. From there, we'd expect the first gold pour certainly before the end of this year out of the Tavşan, the ADR component of the process plant. And then from there onwards, through early next year, we then start to see the commercial production. And then after that, we'll determine what the dividend expectations will be.
I mean, just given the record gold price environment, how are you positioning yourself to maximize returns, not just at Tavşan, but across your broader portfolio in Turkey and beyond?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So the last optimizations that we did for our open pits in Turkey, both at Kiziltepe and Tavşan, were undertaken at $2,750 per ounce. That situation's obviously changed quite dramatically. And now we're in uncharted territory. We need to go through another process of optimization. That's going to take some time. Following that, assuming that the gold price remains at these sorts of elevated levels, or indeed goes higher, we're going to have to continue to sort of rejig those optimizations potentially. And that has knock-on effects with both the mine design, so the open pit design, and the scheduling. So there's, I'm sure, a huge amount of work ahead of us collectively and with Zenit to ensure that we're always on top of that changing gold price environment. It's not just as simple as saying, "Oh, the gold price has gone up and we can mine more gold." Yes, that's obviously the case. However, the technical requirements associated with achieving that in the most economic form come through that process of optimization, mine design, and scheduling, and that all takes time.
Well, obviously,
So it's great to be in this situation, of course, but there are technical challenges that flow from that.
Absolutely. And Kerim, I hope you'll keep us updated on progress across all operations. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Kerim Sener, Managing Director of Ariana Resources